Thomas de Quincey was a writer, an opium addict, and perhaps the first person to write openly about the highs and many lows of drug addiction. By the time he died near here in 1859, he'd led a remarkable life. Outside Edinburgh, near Lasswade, is a quiet, calm street named after a man who was anything but those things. Thomas de Quincey was born in Manchester in 1785. He was a tremendously intelligent child and went to Oxford University. One day in 1804 he was struck by a bout of toothache. As a remedy, he took opium. It was a decision which was to have a mark on the rest of his life. He became an addict, sometimes taking opium daily, sometimes weekly. It gave him, he said, luxurious sensations. He moved to the Lake District and befriended his great hero, William Wordsworth, before moving on to Edinburgh and writing reviews and essays for periodicals. In 1822, de Quincey matched his wordsmithery with his addiction and became the sensation himself by publishing Confessions of an English Opium Eater.
This is the doctrine of the true church on the subject of opium, of which church I acknowledge myself to be the only member, the Alpha and the Omega. But then it is to be recollected that I speak from the ground of a large and profound personal experience.
Confessions brought de Quincey a great deal of fame. It was loved by the public for the vivid, bold style. It was written in a way they'd never seen before and about a rare topic too. It was a train spotting for the stagecoach generation. And yet, at the same time, de Quincey was racked by debt. He fled here and lived in the Abbey Strand, a debtor's sanctuary. Those dwelling within couldn't be pursued and arrested by their creditors. On a Sunday, they were free to roam without fear of arrest. De Quincey would journey up the Royal Mile and join the other great literary figures of the day. Despite, or perhaps because of, his opium habit, he'd made it big. His success meant that he was able to move to Edinburgh's New Town, and then eventually, as we've seen, to Lasswade, where he lived out the last years of his life. In Lasswade in 1848, he was visited by the great American poet Ralph Waldo Emerson. De Quincey toiled hard. His collected works run to 21 volumes. He became a renowned essayist the world over.
But still, wine constantly leads a man to the brink of absurdity and extravagance. And beyond a certain point, it is sure to volatilize and to disperse the intellectual energies. Whereas opium always seems to compose what had been agitated and to concentrate what had been distracted.
He died aged 74 and is buried in St Cuthbert's churchyard in Edinburgh. His grave is another quiet footprint marking a noisy life that made shockwaves across the world.